Hi friends, this is Meredith with Organic Lines Art and Design. And last video we created our own little intentions journal. Well, today we're going to fill it up. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining me. So our intentions journal. Now what I'm going to do with mine is fill it up with ideas that I have for future videos for Organic Lines Art and Design. So as I had mentioned in my very first video, there are so many things I love doing and it's hard to narrow it down. So let's open up our book and just list what I find the best when I'm overwhelmed with ideas is to create a list. And so I'm just going to list everything that I am super duper excited to do and share with you through these videos. So the first thing that comes to mind is a children's book. And I've written children's books before and illustrated them. And it takes a lot of time, but it's so worth it. And seeing the process is kind of cool. So children's book. Jewelry. And I'm talking everything from beaded bracelets like these to the gigantic chunky earrings that I love to wear. So jewelry. Wood burning. So I made my brother a sign for his property last year for his birthday, and it turned out really, really cool. And wood burning is something that I don't do a lot of, but it's really neat and I can't wait to share it with you. So wood burning. And what goes with that would be resin art, because I actually used resin to seal that, but there's so many other things that you can do with resin. So resin art, especially the resin they have now where you can cure it super duper quick with that light. Watercolor. Watercolor is just beautiful. So many children's books that I love use watercolor as the illustration style, and yeah, I want to play with that a little bit. Marker art. And that's super duper easy and fun too, especially when you use it like we did to make the cover of our intentions journal with bilateral drawing. Ooh, tape art too. So like the washi tape I had mentioned, tape art. You can do some fun abstracts and geometric art using tape. Poetry. Oftentimes when I start creative writing, it turns into some kind of poetry. And I love it because that is super duper organic. You just start writing and it flows from one thing into another and into another, and you end up with a page full of these thoughts and feelings that you never knew or didn't really recognize until you started writing it down. And as the weather is getting nicer, I'm going to put down landscape and garden design. And that is super duper wonderful because you're outside in nature, manipulating the soil or arranging flowers or planting seeds, and that has a magic all of its own. Ooh, photography. So I am addicted to photography. I take so many pictures of my puppy dogs, Jade and Camp, and as we go on hikes and flowers and little things that I find in landscapes, and I just love photography so much. So doing some photography. And then I thought it might be fun to do even creativity dealing with your fashion or your cosmetics, or basically your how you present yourself. So self-image. All right, so I filled up one page and I could keep going, but for the sake of time, I am gonna choose. Now that you have your list, you can choose what you are drawn to, what you're most excited about, not for like a month from now, but just put it in your head like, what do I want to do tomorrow? Or what do I want to do tonight even? And I'm most excited about jewelry because I have this idea that has been brewing in my head about some big chunky earrings that look like carrots. And I can't wait to make them. So I'm going to go ahead and put jewelry over here, but more specifically, carrot earrings. All right, so now we've narrowed it down to carrot earrings. So not only jewelry, but chunky carrot earrings. So what do I need to do to really develop this idea? I need to start thinking of what could these carrot earrings look like. So kind of just starting to brainstorm. And that for artists oftentimes includes little thumbnails. So just starting to draw a very loose looking carrot. And that is the stem. What do I want my carrot earrings to look like? I want them to be big and sparkly. So those are the two things that are most important to me, so that they are kind of like statement earrings that I can wear during my videos or when I go to work. So I could make them out of cardstock, and then I could put, to make them sparkly, I could put rhinestones all over them. And I could just use orange cardstock and then use, so I'll put rhinestones. I could use colored pencils or marker to give the carrots some depth. For depth. So that would be cardstock. I could do, okay, this is something that's also been going through my head, and I crochet, but I don't crochet a lot, but I thought it would be kind of cool to crochet a carrot, and then the stem like would just be green yarn that kind of hangs, however, you know, kind of floppily. I could come down all the way. So that would be, I would probably have to look up how to do that, or just play around a little bit in order to get an idea of how to do that. So this would definitely be a chunky looking earring and big, but now I need to make it sparkly. So I'll just put yarn, crochet, and I could do little rhinestones. So rhinestones, or I know sometimes they have that yarn that has the sparkly stuff in it. So I'll put sparkly yarn with a question mark because I'm not sure if they have it or not. Other ideas, I could actually do a more geometric looking carrot, like a triangle, and that could be made out of a tinted acrylic. And I could go to the library and have acrylic cut. It's free at our libraries around here to cut acrylic or wood or emboss and engrave, things like that. So I could do a tinted acrylic, which would look kind of cool. It would look probably a little more modern. And then I'd have to add on the stem, which could also be acrylic. I'd have to somehow adjust it so it's stuck up like that. And if it's tinted acrylic, there's a chance that I could add sticker to it that's holographic. And then that would give me the kind of like cool, sparkly type of effect, or holographic stickers that are like the silver glittery kind. So there's that option. Another option would be another piece of cardstock. Oh, that one's kind of slanty. But include the little cute kawaii face. So I could color it in and shade it with my pencils or my markers. But I could use marker and add a little kawaii face to it, a little smile. And maybe she, I'll call her she, has her stem that looks more like hair. So maybe this is like a fashionable carrot. And I could put itty bitty rhinestones around the edge. Or for this one, I could cover it in glitter. So again, with cardstock, marker, mini rhinestones, and glitter. All right, so now that I have my ideas, I've got my little thumbnails, and I have what each idea needs to accomplish it. Now I just have to make up my mind. So the next couple pages, I could either write the pros and cons, or I could just continue brainstorming. But I want to keep it a little bit of a surprise, so you don't know which one of these designs I'm going to go with. So we shall put this away for now, or put those ideas away for now, and maybe I focus on decorating at the front of our intentions journal. So since this journal I'm going to look back to see what other things I'd like to accomplish for my videos. I want to hold on to it, but I want to call it my crafting and creativity intentions journal. So to decorate the front of it, I'm just going to use some construction paper, and I want to rip it. I like that live edge. So make sure it fits on here. That's a little bit better. So just creating a live edge, you can just, especially with using construction paper, you can just fold it and it rips very easily, like that. So now, I want to give this a little bit more so it fits a little bit better. And here's that live edge again. Fun. So now it will fit on here, and I have my glue stick. Put that on. And I've already changed my mind as to what I want to call this. Instead of my crafting and creativity intentions, which is super long, I think I'll just go with something a little shorter, and that will be creative goals. So depending on your style, and my style right now, at least for this journal, is bubble letters. So you can bubble letter, you can just cursive it or write it however you'd like, whatever you're feeling, and then continue decorating it as you see fit. So what did I call it? Creativity goals, creative goals. There we go. So we'll see if I run out of room. C-R-E-A. Oh, looks like create is going to fit here. So knowing that, I'll just create, we'll call it create it goals. There we go. Create it. And so that is a little bit of creative problem solving. Create it goals. All right. But I do want to add a little shadow to this. So I'm going to find a darker color like this. I think this is a blue. And just kind of give a little shading. And as most of you know, when you're shading, you kind of have to imagine that a light source is coming from somewhere. So my light source, I feel like, is coming like whoop, like that. So that's where the light is hitting this R and therefore creating a shadow down here. So just kind of imagining that these shadows exist. Or imagining the light source exists on this word. Aw, this is sweet. That shadow really helped boost it. Create it goals, and now we have what's inside. Oops, I must have gotten glue there. And of course, you can go back into your notes and illustrations, and you can add color wherever you want. So here's my acrylic idea. So I think I'll go ahead and continue to color in my ideas just because it's fun. And I just want to say thank you for joining me, and go ahead and follow me to see how my earrings are created and which design we end up going with. And I hope you check out more Organic Lines art and design videos.